Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and rainy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies right now. Very little precipitation coming down in the Great Lakes Bay area. We did pick up a little bit, and we'll go through some of those amounts as we move into the weather forecast here just a little bit. But we are obviously all eyes in southeast Michigan, because a little bit later on this afternoon, the Tigers will be taking on Seattle at Comerica Park. And we will be watching this cold front. It will move through the entire lower peninsula here a little bit later on this afternoon. So my guess is if there is any kind of delay, it'll probably be right at the very beginning of the game. I think first pitch time is right around 10 minutes after 4. So I think they're going to be looking at pretty much just cloudy skies and maybe a little drizzle here and there, but then clearing as we go through the late afternoon and the evening hours. So shouldn't be any problem getting that game in. Just might be a couple of minutes delay right at the very beginning. We're beginning to see some sunshine. The Upper Peninsula is mostly sunny skies. Ludington right now is at partly sunny. We're looking at a glimpse of sunshine here and there in northern Michigan, Alpena, Bel Air. They're all looking at mostly sunny skies. Cadillac, Charlevoix, Gaylord, Grayling, Houghton Lake right now, Pellston, Rogers City, Traverse City, all looking at mostly sunny skies with temperatures in the mid 50s, upper 50s, and every once in a while you do see a 60 or a little bit warmer. For us, we already reached our high for the day today. Matthew, what do you have on the thermometer right now?
Currently, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 55. Over in Midland, it's also cloudy at 55. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 57. We have north winds at 9 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.06, and it's steady.
Flint, overnight, right after midnight, they were at 70 degrees. Here at MBS International Airport, we were looking at 68. The temperature has just gradually dropped, as Matthew said. We're right now looking at the middle 50s, and I think that's where we're going to perch here for a while until the sun comes out. And then we should pick up a degree or two, and then that's going to be it. Clearing skies tonight. High pressure is over the New England, or I should say the northeastern part of Minnesota. It is going to be chilly, but not as cold tonight is what it will be tomorrow night and on Thursday night, because both of those evenings we are going to be looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. And Wednesday night, I really think, is going to be the best chance, especially in low-lying areas, of seeing some frost. Now, the frontal system itself is running right now anywhere from Lake Ontario through central Ohio, southern Illinois, and then all the way down into eastern Texas. So it is working its way pretty much out of the state. It's leaving some precipitation pattern, though, especially in southeast Michigan. And that's where that precipitation pattern, I think, is going to gradually break down. A lot of folks were telling me last night at the Michigan Ag Council dinner out at the Zwerk Farms that they really did need some moisture. And quite a few folks did need a good chunk of moisture. Hopefully it wasn't all going to happen at once, but a good inch or so they would have really enjoyed. Well, I think there's some smiling faces, especially over in Michigan's thumb. Sebowing, Unionville, those two, Midland picking up an inch of rain in the last 24 hours. And this was as of about an hour ago. Bay City had just under an inch. Carroll was looking at an inch and a half. The Bad Axe area, about 3/4 of an inch there. Cass City, 1.15 inches. Vassar had 1 2/3 inches of rain. Bridgeport, about the same, 1.69 inches there. Frankenmuth, 2.25 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. The Reese area, 1.5 inches. The back 40 in Richville, I had just a little bit better than an inch. Auburn looking at 1.5 inches. Freeland, 1.25 inches. Sandusky had about 9/10 of an inch there. Hemlock looking at 1.1 inches. Merrill looking at an inch. Breckenridge at 1.3. Elma looking at 1.2. Beaverton, 0.8. Coleman, 1/2 inch. Pinconning, 53 hundredths. Standish, 2/3 of an inch. Gladwin, 0.4. Chesaning, about 1.5 inches. And St. Charles, you're looking at 1.75 inches. We did see a few isolated unofficial amounts of better than 2 inches sprinkled around the Great Lakes Bay area. But by and large, 1 inch to 1.25 inches seemed to be very common, not only right along the I-75 corridor here in the Great Lakes Bay area, but back to the west, almost right straight west, and then, of course, up into Michigan's thumb. So the shower activity tapering off as we go into the afternoon hours over the entire Lower Peninsula, finally leaving southeast Michigan a little bit later on this afternoon. Tomorrow we'll have all sun, 60 for a high, 37 for a low. Low-lying areas, though, it will be frosty. Thursday, sunshine, 60 for a high. A little bit warmer, 39 for a low on Thursday night. But again, low-lying areas, you could possibly see a frost once again. Now, Friday, we'll start the warming trend, middle 60s for a high, middle 40s for a low. Then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, no chances of precipitation as we continue once again to see very dry weather. Upper 60s to low 70s for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Partly cloudy skies. Middle 40s to low 50s for evening lows. Long-range temperature trend to take us all the way through the 20th of the month, above normal. Well, 64 is what's normal for a high temperature. 44 is what's for a normal low. Precipitation pattern at or slightly below normal. Again, that takes us all the way through the 20th of the month. Record high in the state is 91. That was set back in 2007. The record low was 25, and that was set in 1964. Incidentally, the warmest ever, 7th of October, 2007. 91 was our high, 64 was our low. The coolest ever, 1964, 53 was our high, 25 was our low. And on this date, back in 1978, we had a 1/2 inch of snow on the ground at this time. Sun will set this evening at 7:06, rise tomorrow morning at 7:42. Now, our predicted high temperatures of 60 degrees, the last time we saw a high temperature around 60 degrees, actually it was 62, was on May the 31st of this year. And of course, you got to go back what's normal for this time of the year. You got to go back into April, first part of May, before you begin to see average temperatures like they are right now. A year ago, our high was 66 and our low was 45, so we didn't set the world on fire a year ago today. Precipitation pattern, though, again, as we said, we're looking at quite a bit of precipitation in a relatively short period of time, but not a whole lot of ponding, and especially on fields, the water went down pretty quick. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by today, Matthew, who do we have?
Coming up next, we have Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. Those farm-all tractors, they've got them all lined up with different attachments on them. You want to take a look at them. You want to sit on the seat and just imagine how good that tractor would feel when you had a lot of work to do. Why don't you just stop by Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth today and check them out? You'll have a little bit of time because it rained overnight last night. Case IH Farm All tractors range anywhere from 35 to 140 horse. And the folks at Weiss Equipment know that getting the job done starts with choosing the right farm all. That's why they carry a wide variety. You're going to find anything from the value-packed compact Farm All A all the way up to the deluxe compact Farm All C and C series with cabs. They carry a wide range of Case IH compact Farm All series tractors to fit your need, and they've got them right now. They're all looking for a home, like maybe yours. So no matter what you're doing, remember, this tractor does it all. Can Do comes in red, and it's called Farm All. Learn more. Find out how it'll work for you at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Abby Terwilliger over at the Andersons. Abby, I was looking for the crop progress report, and guess what?
It's missing.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. Evidently, the government shutdown, huh?
Yep, correct. The government shutdown has that on a hold, and also not sure if we'll see any other reports from them for anything this week, or until they decide to get their stuff in order and reopen.
Yeah, but at this stage of the game, it looks as though the markets are kind of reflective of that because we're not seeing any major moves, are we?
Yep, nope, nothing crazy. Like right now, December corn futures are down 1/4, soybeans are up 3.5, wheat's down 4. Like you said, there's no reports to run off of, so it's kind of right now, as far as I can see, kind of running off of political things. I guess Trump talked with the president of Brazil. They agreed to meet sometime later this month to talk about their tariffs and all the exports, imports, all that stuff. The other thing is they are still doing the corn shipments out of, the USDA is reporting what has been inspected. There's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Inspected for shipment. And corn was up 69% this week versus last week. So last year. This week, up 4% since last week. So that's, nothing too crazy there. But beans is up 26% this week, but down 53% compared to last year this week. So bit of a difference there. And then the other thing that they did kind of release is analysts are saying that the U.S. is about 30% done with corn, up from 18% of harvest, and beans are at 35% compared to 19% last week.
Yeah, in my conversation last night with a few farmers and people in the agribusiness here in Michigan, they seem to indicate that the corn harvest is lagging just a little bit here in the state.
Yeah, so I did hear that they are getting some in downstate at some of our locations, below 20% moisture. I know I ran a couple samples this morning that, we just went out and hand-picked in the field, and they were ranging between 22 and 28. So not quite there yet. I did have a smaller guy just south of Hemlock here say that he hand-shelled the field and he had 18% moisture. So not sure if it was maybe on sandy ground or whatnot, but he might be getting ready to go sooner than later.
And maybe it's earlier variety.
Yeah, yep. All things that could be contributing to it.
Because I know some guys did put in the longer day variety, and they tried to get it in earlier, which I thought was kind of smart. And I guess right now that corn is some of the corn that's really lagging. The longer day corn, it's just having a tough time because it was warm, but it was actually too warm for some good healthy growing degrees.
Yep. Yeah, it's and the other thing is they're thinking that the corn, with how dry it was, maybe it kind of died before it was fully matured, so it's dying down a little differently than what you would normally see.
You know, it was really interesting too, and of course, this is regarding dry beans. I had someone mention last night that the deer had really raised all sorts of havoc with their dry beans, but they were eating the bean a little bit earlier, and those beans actually regrew. So now they're waiting. Now they're waiting for those beans to ripen up because they're late.
Hey, well, it's better than nothing, I guess.
I guess. I don't know what happened to the deer, but so and I did notice that the soybeans were positive, but everything else was fairly negative right now.
Yep, actually, just talking, corn went up to positive 0.5 cent. So maybe that's just what the market needed me to talk about it a little bit.
I guess. So where are we at right now on the board, Abby?
All right, right now on the board, we are at 357 for corn, 951 for soybeans, red wheat 430, and white wheat 470.
All righty. You have a good day, okay?
All right, you too, Terry. Thanks.
I will. Abby Twilliger over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us as we take a look not only at the ag futures, but some of the related issues, items that are day-to-day living to kind of give you an idea of where the pricing is going on those. Market Report brought to you by Steiner Tractor. You know, your tractor might be a hobby, passion, or livelihood, or even your legacy for the next generation. At Steiner Tractor, they do share their enthusiasm for these antique machines, and they know that you want to keep them running. If anything, show them off. If not, you got work to do, and you want to put them to work. You want them to work. 800-234-3280. That's the telephone number, or go to steinertractor.com. Market Report also brought to you by Kryjak's House Family Restaurant. Got to supply the food for an event? 989-894-5531. Whether it's short or long-term planning, might be a very good idea to touch base with Kryjak's and get it on the calendar. 894-5531. That's the Bay City number, 989 area code. Remember, they're also a great place to dine in as well. Treat the family. Eat there, take out. Kryjak's is there for you. Corner of Cass in Michigan on the south side of Bay City. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
What are we looking at now?
Well, gold cleared $4,000 an ounce on the spot. As far as the contract goes, it got to $39.99, but gave up a couple bucks after that. So that's the hot one. S&P hit a new high. NASDAQ hit a new high. NASDAQ Composite hit a new high. Not the Dow Jones, but everybody's trading lower at this point. The jobs report came out, and it's not the government jobs report that sometimes can be rosier or less rosy, depending on what they want to happen to the stock market. But it was a private jobs report, and I guess it really didn't support whatever they were looking to support. Whatever, I don't understand all that stuff. But so that's going on. Yeah. So here's your numbers. December corn, 421.5, down 1/4 penny. March corn, 437.5, down 3/4 penny. November soybeans, 1022, up 4 1/4. January soybeans, 1039, up 3 1/4. December wheat, 509, down 3 3/4. And March wheat is 526 3/4, down 3 1/2. The crude oil is 61.75, up 6 cents. The heating oil is 226.57, up 2.2 cents. Gasoline 190 1/4, up flat. Natural gas is 343.8. That is up 8 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3944 Canadian. That's down. That's up 2 ticks. The dollar buys 151.08 yen. That's up another 73 ticks. The euro's at 116.78, down 31 ticks. The dollar's at 98.43, up 32 ticks. Gold's at 39.8870, up 27 bucks an ounce. Silver's 47.59, down 66.5 cents. Platinum's 16.5850, down 80 cents. And copper's at 5.09, that's up 7.5 cents.
Now that gold price compared to highest, lowest, where are we right now?
Yeah, that's the all-time high for gold.
Wow.
And Trump has taken a position in this company called Trilogy Metals. The U.S. is taking a position, but they're a small copper miner in let's say eastern Alaska, western Canada, right there on that border.
Yeah.
Apparently, that vein there is the best copper that is known in North America. So anyway, so there might be more copper hitting the market soon.
That'll be interesting.
Or late.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there you go. Doug, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All righty.
You take care. Have a great day. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by your Dairyland Seed headquarters. That's Freeland Bean and Grain. Now's the time you should be talking to those folks. And here, putting maybe some weed in, some ground cover, whatever. Might be a very good idea to get in contact with Vic Huffer. He's got answers to any questions you might have as you prepare and get ready for that. Serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983. That's Freeland Bean and Grain. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Be prepared. That's the idea. Risk management. Take advantage of the good things. Protect yourself against the bad. That's the rule of thumb at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Remember, they're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents directly on their cell for questions or emergencies. Their office can be reached if you want to give them a call in Reese at 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Matthew, who do we have up next?
Coming up next, we have Craig Voorhees from the Rummel Insurance Agency, and we also have Jerry Samalski from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
Well, let's touch base right now with Craig Voorhees. Craig, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, fellas. How's everybody there?
Hey, we're doing pretty good. Craig, a lot of folks thinking now about finally storing some of these vehicles. The weather looks like it's finally going to be a little bit more fall-like.
Right. The weather's caught up with the calendar, perhaps. And yes, folks are going to start putting away campers, boats, all that fun summer stuff. And if you're one of those folks that rents out your barn and lets other people store their stuff in your barn, just let your agent know that you're doing that. We like to make or need to make a slight adjustment to your farm policy so that you're covered for when those folks are on your property. Now, you're not covering their equipment or their boats or their toys. They still need to do that. But when they come onto your property, if they do the proverbial slip and fall and to file a lawsuit against you, we want your policy to protect you, the farm and barn owner. So make sure you just make that simple phone call and let your agent know that, hey, we're going to be doing this winter, and then we can protect you properly.
And again, the important point is you're not insuring the actual property itself, that they're bringing in. They've got to do that with theirs.
Correct. Yes, you are not insuring their toys. They still need to keep the coverage on those if they want them insured. It's just protecting you from a potential lawsuit. Maybe your barn would catch on fire or something like that while their stuff is in there. Their policy still needs to protect their own property. But if they were to file a lawsuit against you, we want your farm policy to step in and take care of those expenses.
Good advice. Craig, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again in a couple days, okay?
Thanks, Terry. Sounds good.
All righty. Take care. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. You put more into every acre, more time, more care, more grit. Now, Pivot Bio Proven G3 is helping you get more back with 3 game-changing modes of action that feed more nitrogen, boost nutrient uptake, and amplify yield potential. Proven G3 locks in at the roots to deliver steady nutrition when and where your corn needs it most. So lock in and see for yourself at pivotbio.com. And if that isn't enough, check the price against synthetic nitrogen by calling Don Morris, 989-239-2791, or Allie Teal at 989-780-3770. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center, joining us right now. Jerry, over an inch of rain?
1.2 on the east side of Bay City near Hampton Township, and then one of our employees across town near Euclid and Wilder is 1.4. So that was a nice rain.
Nice rain. So, but that doesn't cure a lot of ills, does it?
Well, it won't cure, but it sure helps. And yeah, we still have to be deficient in moisture, Terry, for the year. I don't know. Do you have those numbers?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're a good 2.5 to 3 inches below where we should be.
Yeah. So, but that's just going to be what it's going to be. We can't help that. But right about now, we're about beginning to begin the battle of the leaves. So before they come, let's get your lawnmower in. Let's get your blade sharpened, maybe a mulching blade, and let's chew those leaves up and not throw them away. It's kind of the single best thing you can do for soil is add organic matter. And when you mulch up your leaves, they'll decompose quickly. They won't add to thatch, and you'll do great things. So for soil health, the best thing you can do is add organic matter. And we just keep taking our grass clippings away, taking the leaves away, and that forest floor over years and years and years has built up to a wonderful soil from all those leaves dropping. But yet in our lawns, we can't let that happen, right? We got to rake them up and get them out of there. So just mulch them up, let it go. It's a good thing, Terry.
Jerry, thank you. You take care. Have a great day, okay?
Get ready. Here they come.
Here they come. Abby, Teresa. Let's go to Teresa over at Baird and Company. Teresa, what's going on in New York right now?
Good morning. Markets are giving back a little bit this morning with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 171 points at 46,525, 459 million shares traded. NASDAQ down 212 at 22,730, 864 million shares traded there. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 483.92, down 11.46. Deere 463.17, up 5.86. CMS Energy 74.43, up $1.21. Dow 22.35, down $1.07. DuPont 78.77, down 2.05. Corteva 64.89, up 59. General Motors 56.92, down $1.26. Trinzio 206, down 2 pennies. Walmart 102.31, down 39. Huntington Bank 16.78, up 7. Independent Bank 31.99, up 51. And AT&T at 26.25, up 38.
Teresa, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
You can't do the same thing and expect different results. So here's some advice. Change the seed and you'll change the game. Zitavo soybean seed is the seed you've always wanted. It's been tested again and again, going through at least 12 quality control protocols because 11 wasn't enough. All to ensure that you get consistent performance from every seed that can pay off with better soybean yield. Zitavo soybean seed is ready to raise the bar for soybeans. Are you? Learn more at xitavosoybeanseed.com. Always read and follow label directions.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, makers of Exceller Meal since 1991. Check with your dairy herd nutritionist or local feed dealer today and ask them about Exceller Meal from Quality Roasting of Reese. Turkey prices for Thanksgiving, we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around for that. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW FM, Carlton. This